Take a look at the person next to you and say, God loves you and I love you too. Now feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together, 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 we come together. In the name of love, we come together, 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 we come together. In the name of love. Now look at the person next to you. Say, I recognize the God in you. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Now lift your voice and repeat after me. Oh, we come together, we come together, we come together, we come together, we come together. In the name of love, we come together, we come together, we come together, we come together. In the name of love, from every walk of life, every walk of life, every creed and color, every creed and color, in kinship we unite. In honor of the God in each other. Take a look at the person next to you. Say, namaste, I bow to you. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. Oh, we come together. 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 In the name of love, we come together. 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 In the name of love, we come together. We come together. We take a look at the person next to you and say, God loves you and I love you too. Now feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together, 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 we come together. In the name of love, we come together, 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 we come together. In the name of love. Now look at the person next to you. Say, I recognize the God in you. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Now lift your voice and repeat after me. Oh, we come together, we come together, we come together, we come together, we come together. In the name of love, we come together, we come together, we come together, we come together. In the name of love, from every walk of life, every walk of life, every creed and color, every creed and color, in kinship we unite. In honor of the God in each other. Take a look at the person next to you. Say, namaste, I bow to you. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. Oh, we come together. 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 In the name of love, we come together. 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 In the name of love. look at the person next to you and say, God loves you and I love you too. Now feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together, 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 we come together. In the name of love, we come together, 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 we come together. In the name of love. Now look at the person next to you. Say, I recognize the God in you. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Now lift your voice and repeat after me. Oh, we come together, 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 we come together. In the name of love, we come together, we come together, we come together, we come together, we come together. In the name of love, from every walk of life, every walk of life, every creed and color, every creed and color, in Him should we unite, in honor of the God in each other. Take a look at the person next to you. Say, namaste, I bow to you. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. Oh, we come together. 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 In the name of love, we come together. 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 In the name of love, we come together. We come together. We come together. Take a look at the person next to you and say, God loves you and I love you too. Now feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together, 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 we come together. In the name of love, we come together, 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 we come together. In the name of love. Now look at the person next to you. Say, I recognize the God in you. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Now lift your voice and repeat after me. Oh, we come together, we come together, we come together, we come together, we come together. In the name of love, we come together, we come together, we come together, we come together. In the name of love, from every walk of life, every walk of life, every creed and color, every creed and color, in Him should we unite, in honor of the God in each other. Take a look at the person next to you. Say, namaste, I bow to you. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. Oh, we come together. 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 In the name of love, we come together. 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 In the name of love, we the person next to you and say, God loves you and I love you too. Now feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together, 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 we come together. In the name of love, we come together, 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 we come together. In the name of love. Now look at the person next to you. Say, I recognize the God in you. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Now lift your voice and repeat after me. Oh, we come together, we come together, we come together, we come together, we come together. In the name of love, we come together, we come together, we come together, we come together. In the name of love, from every walk of life, every walk of life, every creed and color, every creed and color, in Him should we unite, in honor of the God in each other. Take a look at the person next to you. Say, namaste, I bow to you. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. Oh, we come together, we come together, we come together, we come together, we come together. In the name of love, we come together, we come together, we come together, we come together, we come together. In the name of love, we come together, we come together, we come together. Take a look at the person next to you and say, God loves you and I love you too. Now feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together, 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 we come together. In the name of love, we come together, 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 we come together. In the name of love. Now look at the person next to you. Say, I recognize the God in you. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Now lift your voice and repeat after me. Oh, we come together, we come together, we come together, we come together, we come together. In the name of love, we come together, we come together, we come together, we come together. In the name of love, from every walk of life, every walk of life, every creed and color, every creed and color, in Him should we unite, in honor of the God in each other. Take a look at the person next to you. Say, namaste, I bow to you. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. Oh, we come together, we come together, we come together, we come together, we come together. In the name of love, we come together, 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 we come together. In the name of love, we
Good morning, Columbia Center for Spiritual Living, and everyone joining us from wherever and whenever you are. My name is Reverend Rafe Ellis, and I am honored and privileged to be the Senior Minister and Spiritual Director of Columbia Center for Spiritual Living. My pronouns are he, him, and his. And it is my joy to welcome you to our Sunday celebration service. We would greatly appreciate it if you would take a moment, either now or when it's convenient for you, to share this live stream on whatever social media platforms that you use to help bring the broader humanity into spiritual community. Thank you. If you're joining us for the first time experiencing Columbia Center for Spiritual Living, we welcome you and we thank you for taking your time to join us today. What we most want you to know is that whoever you are, whatever spiritual path you're on, you are welcome and celebrated here. Now, there are a variety of ways that you can connect and engage with others in our CSL spiritual community. And so we invite you to check out our website and our calendar at columbiacsl.com/events. You can also email us at info@columbiacsl.com for more information, or you can call our office at 410-750-8559. And now I get to share with you a little bit about who we are and what we're up to. Our vision is to contribute to a world that works for everyone. We are a diverse community of belonging and growth. We share the light and joy within ourselves while learning to see it in others. Guided by spirit, together we build a joyously engaged, inclusive community intent on uplifting and transforming lives. As a community, we strive to illuminate the spiritual truth that we all belong to each other. And that calls us to be inclusive, to embrace and celebrate our unique identities, such as all abilities and ages, all physical characteristics, all gender identities, all national origins, all faiths and spiritual paths, all sexual orientations, and all ethnicities and races, just to name a few. We grow together in classes, in workshops, in service to our shared spiritual community, and just hanging out together. And we come together in spiritual communities on Sundays to celebrate life. So let's get to it. Our founder, Reverend Dr. Ernest Holmes, taught, quote, in principle, the great religions of the world do not differ as much as they appear, unquote. That is why we take time each month to recognize and honor a variety of religions as sacred paths to God. I now invite our Columbia CSL member, Zeta Johnson Betts, to lead us in our breaths of faith.
Let us breathe in together as we honor each faith. As we take in the first breath, we honor Christianity as a path of love and forgiveness. As we take in the second breath, we honor Buddhism as a path of compassion and Four Noble Truths. As we take in the third breath, we honor Judaism as a path of ethical living through sacred law. As we take in the fourth breath, we honor Baha'i as a path of unity and peace. As we take in the fifth breath, we honor Islam as a path of surrendering to the will of God as the highest calling. As we take in the sixth breath, we honor Confucianism as a path of deliberate tradition. As we take in the seventh breath, we honor Taoism as a path of harmony and balance. As we take in the eighth breath, we honor all indigenous peoples' traditions as paths that recognize and honor spirit in all of creation. As we take in the ninth breath, we honor Shintoism as a path of optimism and the inherent goodness of humanity. As we take in the 10th breath, we honor Hinduism as a path of knowledge, action, and devotion. As we take in the 11th breath, we honor Akan as a path that honors the divine, ancestors, and nature. As we take in the 12th breath, we honor our own faith, the science of mind, as a path of adherence to universal spiritual law and transformation through the commitment to our spiritual practices. And as we take in the final breath of this sacred ceremony, we invite you to hold sacred any and all faiths in all their multiplicity by knowing love as the highest power that guides them all. Namaste, my beloveds, namaste. And so it is.
Thank you, Zita. So we have a saying here at Columbia Center for Spiritual Living that singing is like praying twice. So we're going to begin with some music. And this morning, we are blessed to have as our guest musician, Leah Morris, joining us all the way from Germany. Leah has been described as a dynamic, eclectic, soulful folk singer and songwriter. So please join me in welcoming Leah Morris.
Something within embraces the ocean. Something within melts into the shore. Something within stands still like a mountain. And we become one with them. Every day, every day, every day wonder. Every day, every day, every day one. Something within cries out to the heavens. Something within belongs to the sea. Something within looks out in the desert. Because we are one with them. Every day, every day, every day wonder. Every day, every day, every day one. Something within, in awe of an infant. Something within, in love with the stars. Something within, it's blooming in the moonlight, because it is who we are. Every day, every day, every day wonder. Every day, every day, every day one. Every day, every day, every day wonder. Every day, every day, every day one. Every day, every day, every day, wonder. Every day, every day, every day, one.
Mm. Thank you, Leah. Yes, that magnificent something inside. I love that. And so let's continue to shift our attention to that inward something inside as we engage in shared spiritual practice. This morning, we will have a contemplative reading by Cindy Penguin, followed by a guided meditation and affirmative prayer by Zeta Johnson Betts. I invite you to just release everything that might be distracting you in this moment and allow yourself to be fully present and just to be guided inward.
Good morning, everyone. Today's reading is Make a Conscious Connection from the Science of Mind magazine, November 12th, 2023, by Reverend Sally Robbins. We begin with two quotes. One from Vivek Murthy. While loneliness has the potential to kill, connection has even more potential to heal. Next is by Ernest Holmes from Science of Mind, page 298. People are dying for real human interest, for genuine friendship, for someone to tell them they are all right. Most people want to get through the grocery checkout as soon as possible, but a Dutch grocery store has created a slower checkout lane on purpose. Jumbo Supermarket, with more than 700 stores worldwide, created a chatter checkout line that allows customers to connect with a specially trained checker who have conversations with them as they ring up their groceries. This unique program helps address the issue of loneliness in the elderly population the grocery chain serves. Jumbo also offers a special coffee corner where customers can sit down and have coffee while they chat with volunteers. Both the Chatter Checkout and Coffee Corner are part of the initiatives the company started in response to a nationwide One Against Loneliness campaign. Jumbo's executives recognized that to be a good citizen in its communities, the stores had to care for the individuals who frequent them. Loneliness and isolation are a threat to all age groups, but especially the elderly. Studies show that loneliness can lead to depression, anxiety disorders, and a decrease in self-esteem and self-worth. The chatter checkout lanes are typically slower than the regular lanes. Many people choose these lanes and don't mind waiting because they enjoy the chance to connect. Can a simple conversation in the grocery store make a difference? Jumbo is proving that it can. In our hurried up world, it is inspiring to see a corporation commit to being a place of connection in the lives of its customers. Today's affirmation: I make conscious connections with others throughout the day. And so it is.
Good morning, Columbia CSL. What a beautiful morning it is. It's that time in our service where we're centering and going within. So let's get comfortable wherever you are seated, preferably with your feet on the floor solidly or placed on the ground. Now close your eyes to help bring your focus inward and just breathe. Let's just breathe together and become aware while you're breathing the movement of your body. Your chest rises and falls as you breathe gently in and out, in and out. Just be in this quiet space. And as we sit in this quiet space, let us contemplate the many, many blessings of our lives. Let us contemplate them one by one. And as we do, let's become aware of the profound feeling, the profound experience of gratitude. Gratitude for it all. I am overwhelmed with gratitude for the simple pleasures of my life, the joy of my morning tea, morning prayers, morning visits with my plants, the simple things. I am overwhelmed. And as the day proceeds, I focus on finding joy in every task, no matter how small. And I have to focus because my attention can easily slip. So I try to stay mindful, focusing just on the task at hand. It occurs to me that this practice of finding grace and goodness in the simple, everyday tasks and aspects of my life is a path offered to me to see God everywhere and in everything. And we breathe. We just breathe. To know God in even the smallest of tasks helps me to remain in the present moment, the richness of now. And I can always return to the moment, to the present, while I wash dishes or I head outside to sit on my porch and read, by focusing on my breath, focusing on my breath and the joy of the moment. To see God everywhere and in everything is a choice. It's a choice that we can make, and it can begin with finding divine joy in doing the simple, everyday task of our lives. Please join me in this affirmative prayer. What I know is that God is everything and is everywhere present. There is no place where God is not, because it is all God. And I, like you, am a part of God. I can practice seeing God in everything and in everyone, even when it seems most challenging, by remembering there is no separation, not from me, not from anyone, not from God. It is simply not possible. We are one. And I am aided in this by focusing on one thing at a time and experiencing the presence, the joy, the peace, and the power of God manifesting in, through, and around me. In, through, and around me. So the next time you take out the trash or the recycling, or put clothes in the washer, or rake leaves, remember to smile, because you are giving expression to God. Putting out the trash, washing the clothes and raking the leaves. And when you see your neighbor raking the leaves, sweeping their porch or driving their car, know that they are also giving expression to the divine. We are all one. There is no separation. With practice, we can see the divine everywhere and in everyone and in everything. I know this to be true, and in truth it is already so. There's nothing for us to do but believe, my beloveds, in the truth of our oneness with God and with one another, and in deep gratitude for this truth and so much more, we release it all to the law, knowing that it is already done. And we say, and so it is. Namaste, my beloveds. Namaste.
And so it is. And so let's continue this inward movement with another song from Leah Morris.
I will walk the way, love will guide the way. I will walk the way, love will guide the way. I will walk the way, love will guide the way. I will walk the way, love will guide the way. I will walk the way, love will guide the way. Love guides the way. I will walk the way, love will guide the way. Love guides the way. I will walk the way. Love guides the way. I will walk the way. Love guides the way. I'm walking, I'm guided by love. Oh, my way. I'm walking, I'm guided by love. Oh, my way. I'm walking, I'm guided I'm walking, I'm I will walk the way, love will guide the way. I will walk the way, love will guide the way.
Isn't technology amazing? Just amazing. We can do all these loops, and that's just incredible, Leah. Thank you for the gift of you. So we're into a new month. Um, Time just keeps doing its thing, doesn't it? We just spent last month looking at paradox. And I think we're always looking at paradox, but we did it specifically last month. And so this month, we're kind of continuing in that same exploration of paradox, but from the specificity of looking at the mundane, the sacred, and the profane. Today, we're looking at this idea, this concept, this experience that we've created of this thing called the mundane. It's interesting to me that when we look to the dictionary, which is, how we have collectively decided to define these terms, um, no surprise, the definition of mundane means lacking interest or excitement, dull. And the root word of mundane, the root of the word mundane, comes from the Latin mundus, meaning world, which I don't know about you, but that made me chuckle. That the world, the essence of our physical, we have decided lacks interest or excitement. That the world, this physical realm, is dull and boring. And there may be truth to that. Are we willing to explore that? That perhaps our attachment to the physical is misplaced. Perhaps. One of my favorite books, one of my favorite authors is Dan Millman. And he writes a book called No Ordinary Moments. If you're not familiar with Dan Millman, he is also the author of Way of the Peaceful Warrior. And No Ordinary Moments is a book about how to practice being a peaceful warrior. Excuse me. And it's really based in mindfulness, very much like Ram Dass's book, Be Here Now. That we, instead of dismissing any aspect of life as ordinary, as mundane, as boring, as dull, how would our experience change if we understood and embraced and dare us even embody that every moment is an expression of the infinite as us? It's a novel idea. And I think it's one that many of us play with, and then we forget. We get caught up in the busyness of life. And I think we get caught up in the excitement and experience of our own adrenaline system, of our own experience of excitement. I was sharing with Deborah this morning that more and more I really am coming to an understanding that humanity is addicted, period. And it doesn't even matter if it's a substance or a thought, that ultimately this thing called addiction is this activity of seeking something outside of ourselves to change how we experience ourselves, to change our feeling state. And I submit to you, if we each really understood that we are the infinite in form, that the truth of us is unlimited pure potentiality, that that we can't even hold a concept of not exciting or dull or bored in the context of that. I know growing up, one of the things that I frequently heard, and any of us that are parents have heard our children say, I'm bored. And what I was met with growing up is, if you're bored, you might want to figure out why you're boring. And what I learned from that very repetitive lesson was that my concept of boring was that I was waiting on somebody else to do something to make my life exciting. And when I tapped into my imagination, life instantly stopped being boring. Now, many of us, most of us, if not all of us, are conditioned to what is exciting and what is mundane. I will share with you my experience over the past 5 weeks. Many of you know I had shoulder surgery 5 weeks ago. Most of my life was pretty mundane, pretty ordinary, pretty not exciting. And the shift of perspective, the shift of activity, all of a sudden, the ordinary, the very dull activity of making a cup of coffee was not ordinary or mundane, having to do it with my left hand and only one hand. Eating a bowl of soup with your non dominant hand, not very mundane. Everything, putting on a shirt that was mindless, now is very mindful. And so, again, I get to live the experience that it's all perception. It's all what I'm telling myself. And it's because I have settled, if you will, into the misinformation that this human experience is the essence of me. And it's not. Um, Scroll down here for just a minute to my Ernest Holmes quote. Ernest Holmes says this in Creative Mind on page 9. The one mind knows only its own ability to make whatever is given it. It sees no other power and never analyzes or dissects. It simply knows. And the reason why people do not understand this is that they have not realized what mind is. The ordinary individual thinks of mind only from the limitation of their own environment. The concept we have of mind is the concept of our own thinking, which is very limited. Now, yes, I did read that in gender affirming language, and I will always do that. The point of reading it is to help us begin to explore again that we are more than we think we are. We are more than we allow ourselves to be. In our statement, our declarations of principles, what we believe, the very first one is we believe in God, living Spirit Almighty, one indestructible, absolute, and self existent cause. This one manifests itself in and through all creation. The manifest universe is the body of God. It is the logical and necessary outcome of the infinite self knowingness of God. It's not the self knowingness of Reverend Rafe as a human being, as a husband, as a minister, as a father, as a friend. It is the self knowingness of God. It is that knowing that, as the second principle says, we believe in the incarnation of the Spirit in everyone, and that all people are incarnations of the one Spirit. It's remembering that to know myself is to remember that I am a physical incarnation of God itself, of life itself, of love itself, whatever word works for you. Because let's be clear, not every word works for everybody. And words are, I think, the greatest limitation that we dance with. Because in order to be in this physical realm, we communicate. And we communicate by words. And words are simply labels of understanding, labels of meaning, all of which Don Miguel Ruiz points out to us our limitations. This idea of mindfulness, I think, offers us a path to go beyond how we define, how we limit. Even the term magnificent is a limitation because it limits us to our idea of magnificence. And I think it's truly in the silence of mindfulness. And when I use the word mindfulness, I'm meaning that place where we are full of mind, where we are fully engaged in that place of one mind, where we begin to entertain that answers found in the silence, that the silence is beyond what is auditory, that the chaos, the rhetoric, the definitions, the very things that I call thought are noise that obscure me being fully in mind. That silence is perhaps even the absence of human thought. It rests in the infinite potentiality of that one mind, that indefinable, unlimited self knowingness that we are each the home of, a center of, the creative activity of this infinite something, which is quite incomprehensible to us in this human brain. And to let that be okay, to begin to allow ourselves to experience what we call the mundane as the activity of the brilliance of creation. That the ability to do anything, just the fact that we're here, is so incredibly extraordinary that extraordinary doesn't even capture how magnificent it is. And so we use words to communicate with a fuller understanding that ultimately it's an experiential thing. There's a story about a photographer who is part of a camera club. And when they went out on their journeys and on their adventures to do photography, the majority of the class is looking in one direction and taking pictures. And this one individual, for whatever reason, something sparked in him to notice what everyone else was looking at and turn 180 degrees and photograph that. And what is interesting in the story is that his photography won award after award after award. And so the folks in the club were like, I don't get it. We're all photographing the same stuff. How is it that you're seeing and photographing things that we don't see? And what he pointed out is, I turned away from what you were looking at to see what no one else was seeing. And perhaps that's what Dr. Holmes, when he talks about turn away from condition, that he's not talking about we ignore our human experience, but perhaps what he's inviting us to do is to be more intentional, to be more mindful, to turn away from what everybody else sees, to see more of what is there to see. This photographer didn't invent things to see, he simply chose a different perspective. He simply chose to look at things differently. We talk about change our thinking, change our life. And I think that is ultimately the path to magnificence. And I think that sometimes we make it a very mundane path. Oh, yeah, yeah, change your thinking, change your life. It's all good, it's all God. And we say those things mindlessly rather than leaning into what they're actually inviting us to do. In the talk teaser, there was the quote, the Buddhist quote: before enlightenment, chop wood and carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood and carry water. And perhaps it's not the activity, but rather how we are in relationship to the activity that changes things. Perhaps if we attend to each movement, each bite of food mindfully, being aware of what's actually happening, that it changes our experience. That the more we lean into the changeless nature of ourselves, the infinite possibility of ourselves, the less impacted we are by the physical realm around us, and the more equipped and empowered we are to be a part of shifting that. It is absolutely challenging in the face of disaster to see God. And yet, it is that activity that empowers people to be present with one another, to save one another in the most horrific of situations. It is tapping into that that empowers the magnificence and the heroic activity, if you will, of those moments. And I believe that we get to have those heroic moments in everything we do. Everything we do. If we're willing to simply lean into a different experience of the moment and of ourselves. And so this week, I invite you to do a little inventory. What are the mundane tasks that you dislike? And then to intentionally engage in those tasks, finding God in those tasks, finding magnificence in those tasks. What are the thoughts that you're holding while you're doing those tasks? How can you remind yourself to stay fully present in the awareness of your God self, in the essence of your being, while engaging in what has been a very mundane, boring, non exciting task? The other thing that I will offer is to pay attention to relationship and how we each relate, not just to tasks, but to one another, to this thing called the world around us. Many of us were raised in such chaotic environments that when we get into healthy relationships, we sabotage them because they don't feed our adrenaline system in the way we're used to, and so we deem them boring. We pray for peace and then create chaos because we don't know how to experience peace, because we have labeled it mundane. We've labeled it boring. And I invite you to consider releasing those labels, to find the excitement in someone loving you in a way that's different than what you're used to find excitement in a job that may have repetitive components, and to find the beauty and the magnificence that is actually there. This is what's available to us if we choose it. I'm going to be working with a quote this month. And I'm going to probably read it every Sunday this month because I think it is one of the most powerful quotes that I've ever read. It's by Ethel Waters, who is a Black singer and musician. And she says this: life is not intended to be safe. A safe life has too small a name for a creature of eternity. Life at its noblest and highest has a hazard about it. It ponders tomorrow but does not know it. It sounds the depths of the ocean but knows not the hazards of the bottom. Life at its best takes a chance on righteousness, no matter the hazard, no matter the cost. Life, when answering to its true name, lifts on wings, feeling no visible hands supporting it. Are we brave enough to let go of the idea of mundane, to experience the magnificence of every moment of this precious thing we call life, of the changeless expressing itself in constant change, and to let ourselves play with infinite possibility? Let's take this into prayer. And so with this breath, I recognize the infinite. I recognize, I know again that there is one infinite, ever present everything. That it is everywhere present, expressing itself as every grain of creation. That it is changeless, while its creation is ever changing. That it creates in multiplicity out of one indivisible substance of itself. So all that I experience of life, including this thing I call me, is that one substance. The formless in form, the changeless constantly changing, the magnificent expressing in the mundane activity of this human realm. I know this is the truth of my being. And so I set my intention. I set my yes to experience, to be aware of the magnificence of every magical moment of life, to be mindful, to be attentive, to be fully present, to practice the presence of the essence of my being as I live in this human realm, to hold space for the both and, to embody the truth of my being, which has never been harmed, can never be harmed. It is the center of who and what I am. I say yes to knowing that in a new way. Grateful to know that simply by holding, by having the thought, by speaking it into being, it is done. And so I release any limitation within myself of experiencing what has been spoken into being. And I throw away all limitation and I step fully into the infinite possibility of knowing the magnificence of who and whose I am, knowing that as I do, I know the magnificence of all life and relate to each expression of life as the magnificence that it is. Grateful. And so knowing it is already complete, the only thing left to do is let go. And so I do. I release my word into that activity of fulfillment that has already said yes and made it so. And I invite you to join me as we anchor this together by saying, and so it is. Ah. All right. So let's take another breath together as we shift into our time of giving. And so, one of the ways that we get to practice the magnificence of creation is by participating in the law of circulation. And so, I invite you to join me in speaking our prosperity affirmation together. I affirm that all Columbia CSL accounts, now and continually, are filled with an all sufficiency of visible funds to meet all its needs, wants, desires, and commitments, with a divine surplus from which we expand and share our abundance. And so it is. And so, as you prepare to give by writing your check or using one of the online giving methods found on our website, I invite you to take your gift in hand or in mind, or however you choose to do it, and repeat after me. In a consciousness of abundance, I give freely, knowing that I am freely given to. And so now we're going to create space for you to give while you're online as we listen to another musical gift from Leah Morris.
Ain't nothing wrong with a Monday. It suits me fine. I never let that one day mess with my state of mind. From Saturday right round to Friday, every single day is gonna be my day. Every day is a great day to feel fine. I hear folks talking about Christmas, and that's alright. I can tell you that you miss much if you don't see the gift of life. I like Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, every Eid. I'll tell you about the kind of holiday I need. Every day is a great day to feel fine, to feel alright, to let your little light shine. You got it, go on and show it day and night. Take the joy of living everywhere you go and make it so that everyone who sees you knows that every day is a great day to feel fine. Oh, yes, it is. I can tell you about my birthday, but that was just the start. And we can talk about Earth Day. It's right here in my heart. Don't tell me nobody can be happy all the time. I'll tell you that the secret is inside your mind. Every day is a great day to feel fine, to feel alright, to let your little light shine. You've got it just to flaunt it day and night. You take the joy of living everywhere you go and make it so that everyone who sees you knows that every day is a great day to feel fine. I feel alright to let my little light shine, shine, shine. I've got it, I'm gonna show it day and night. I'll take the joy of living everywhere I go and make it so that everyone who sees me knows that every day is a great day to feel fine. Come on and let go of your shackles, come be happy with me. Everybody knows the best things in life are free. Every day is a great day to feel fine. I tell you, every day is a great day to feel fine. Every day is a great day to feel fine. Thank you.
Indeed, every day is a great day to feel fine. That, that'll shift us out of the mundane. And so join me as we speak a word of blessing for the offering that I know was given. And so I speak a word of gratitude, knowing that offering, money, giving is the divine circulation of the one in practice, that money is the energy, a form of the infinite, sustaining itself, that each gift given blesses the giver, and that we each give through Columbia Center for Spiritual Living to do magnificent work in the world. And so it is. And now I get to say thank you to a lot of people. Before I do that, I want to recognize that we have folks from all over the place on our live stream this morning. We have Leah from Germany. We have folks from California. We have people from New Mexico. We have people from right here in Maryland. And I just am so excited for technology that reaches beyond, and know that even in our in-person services, you are a part of our live stream. I hope you will continue to join us as often as you choose. And so I do want to thank Leah Morris. And if you want more information about Leah, you can check her out. Check out her website, thisisleah.com. And you can also follow her on Facebook. Thank you, Cindy Pidgren, for our reading this morning. Thank you, Zeta Johnson Betts, for our beautiful spiritual practice this morning. Thank you, Mary Jane Thompson, for picking out our reading. And thank you, Don Henderson, for all of the amazing things that you do that most people have no idea that you do, being the wizard behind the curtain, in running the live stream this morning. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah. And so I want to give you a little nugget for the week, some affirmations that you can just play with to help shift your experience. So I'm going to read it through once and then invite you to read it with me. I choose to see the magnificence in the mundane. I intentionally choose to live an experience of awe and wonder. Let's read that together. I choose to see the magnificence in the mundane. I intentionally choose to live an experience of awe and wonder. Now, when you play with those affirmations, if you run into some challenges and you want some support getting through those, we have some amazing practitioners, licensed practitioners, that are available to support you in that process. You can check out our website for more information about them. You can also submit a prayer request through our website. You can submit that directly to prayer@columbiacsl.com, and the ministers and practitioners will hold you in prayer for the entire week. So just know you're not in this yourself. You have support. I hope you'll choose to use it. Our next Sunday, we are in person, and we have a really special service next week. I have turned it over to the licensed practitioners to express their brilliance because they are absolutely brilliant. I honestly have zero idea what they're actually going to do because I've just let go. So join me along with everybody else next Sunday, November 12th at 10 a.m. at the Hawthorne Center in Columbia, Maryland, to find out what our licensed practitioners have created. Now, immediately after that service, we will have our town hall gathering where we check in, where we share ideas, where we come together to collaborate in growing this amazing idea in the mind of God called Columbia CSL. One of the things that we will be doing at this particular town hall is looking at our identity statement. The very last sentence of it you can actually go back to and look at, but the very last sentence of the identity statement came from something else that we had in print, and I was unaware that the initial statement was collaborated on through the town hall. So I added that, and we're going to come back and revisit that so that you have a voice in what that statement is. And if I was completely unclear, I apologize. Come to the meeting, it'll get way more clear. I promise. Okay. Immediately after this service, after we take a bio break, we're going to come together on the after chat, the Zoom after chat. And you can see there the Zoom link is actually on the slide right there on the screen. Became aware that last week a couple of folks were challenged with how to get to that. And so there's the link right there. I hope you will choose to join me after the service. It's just a time to get together to chat about whatever you want to chat about. So, on behalf of our entire CSL community, on behalf of you, on behalf of life, thank you for brightening my day. Thank you for being the magnificent, never ever mundane you as an activity of God in form. We'll see you after chat next week. Much love.
choosing love, yeah. I'm choosing love today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing I'm choosing love, choosing grace. I'm choosing grace today. I'm choosing grace today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing I'm choosing grace. I choose compassion. I choose compassion. Choose compassion. I choose compassion today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing I'm choosing compassion. Choosing joy, yeah. I'm choosing joy today. I'm choosing joy today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing I'm choosing joy. I'm choosing joy. I'm choosing joy. Choosing joy, yeah. I'm choosing joy today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing I'm choosing joy. I choose abundance all day long. Yeah. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing I choose abundance. I'm choosing heaven. What